before the main video starts, just to let you know, I had some issues with my mic again, and I just need to bin it because it's not doing a great job as I hoped. So do bear with some of the noises. It does get better by the end, but I'm really, really sorry. But there's some great content. I tell you about 4 different patterns for the So Phoenix that I considered, and the one that I am going to be making for the challenge, despite time being tight. But yeah, apologies again for the microphone. I'm going to go put it in the bin now.
Hello, this is my little vlog, first in a while. Moving house, new sewing room, first video from my new sewing room, which I will vlog about. I've been taking videos and lots of photos, so we'll do a full tour another time. It's not quite there yet. Got some doors that need to go up. I mean, there's still a lot of boxes in another room, but we're getting there. That's the main thing. But today, I've been invited to talk about the So Phoenix challenge that's happening through September. With everything going on and having moved house, it's been a really good time to reflect on what is in my wardrobe, what am I wearing, what would I like to remake, what is not worth making again, and going through and just having a proper think about almost my staple wardrobe. So this challenge has come at a good time of reflection, and I've got a few bits and pieces to show you and a couple of patterns there to remind me to talk about those. I can't find the original patterns, but they're here somewhere. Like I say, a lot of stuff still in boxes in the sewing room. They're not being unboxed until things have progressed a little bit further in this room. So we're almost there. So let me show you the first thing I want to talk about. This is exciting. It's the first thing I ever made. Let me pop down my mic, hopefully will still work. So this is a Simplicity. This Simplicity 8702 on my screen. Proper vintage. There's not a year on it, but bedsheet. I don't even know where I got this bedsheet from. It's not one of mine, but this was a pattern given to me in 2012, if not a bit before. I was still living at home and I was really keen to start dressmaking. I was very much into textile art, still am, and yeah, inspired by one of my uni friends, I really wanted to try dressmaking. My mum was a care worker, and one of her ladies she went to was getting rid of loads of sewing stuff. Knew that I sewed, so a lot of stuff came my way. There were tools that I had no idea what they were. Loads of vintage patterns, both the ones on the screen I'm going to talk about. And yeah, this is one. It's like a shift dress. There's no description on there, but it says easy. Easy cut, easy sew. Wow. This is just a 12 because I know I made it up in some nice fabric, which I'll post in. But I'm fairly sure, A, I can't find it amongst all the boxes. Also, I'm fairly sure I've cut it up and used for patchworking and some other stuff. So, yes. But we still have the mock-up I did. So this is the first one. I found a second one where I've made some adjustments. But to see this and to be able to identify such basic mistakes, even after a couple of years I can see, but you can clearly see I used a very chunky zip, but I did manage to do darts. I've been doing darts from straight off. The hem, I mean, hems are that last thing you sew and you just want it done, but it does take some time, some patience to get it nice and neat, but you should be able to see how wonky that is. This is just the mock-up, but even so, to be able to just, yeah, it's full. Oh, there's even a hole in it, I hadn't noticed that. But I never even bothered to finish seams. I mean, I never do in mock-ups unless it's a wearable one, twirls, mock-ups, whatever term you prefer. However, I did used to blog back in the day, and I have a few photos. The blog doesn't exist, you can't find it. But I've got a few photos that I found, which pointed out all the mistakes. So not only did I continue with the poor zip choice, I had some poor shoulder seam lining up. I mean, the facing on this is just terrible. Like, it keeps bouncing back because I haven't understitched it. Like, such a basic technique. Oh, I've gone very dark, but now I've got my mic back, I've brightened up a bit. So even on the facing, which keeps turning back, I never understitched. I don't know why. The instructions, which I did just find, clearly didn't care enough to look at all the terminology and stuff. But yeah, there's so many things I didn't do great in the first one. So when this challenge came up, I immediately thought of this because I knew I still had it. But reflecting on my kind of wardrobe that I do wear, I don't work in an office, so I wouldn't necessarily wear a shift dress anymore. And yeah, so I wasn't feeling that, but this was the first thing that came to mind. Another thing that came to mind was the first shirt I ever made. And I love a shirt. And so there is the Butterick 556. I'll pop a photo, you won't be able to see that. But it's the first shirt I ever made. I can't find it. It's got to be, I think it's in storage. And I love it. So it's a vintage style shirt. It's got pin tucks. Or there's an option with pin tucks, and I definitely did the pin tucks. And I haven't made something with pin tucks in years, and I love a pin tuck. Like, I just think it's a really nice, sophisticated detail to add to a garment. So this was definitely a shirt I thought about, but I would need to size up from the original pattern, which I definitely do have here somewhere. But again, I reflected, is it something I'm going to wear? I mean, the one I made originally was in a suitable fabric, and I have worn it since. I wore it for a murder mystery party I held many years ago back in the flat. I think it was a Greece themed, and yeah, I thought that was an appropriate top to wear, nice and vintagey. But I think I just couldn't think of the fabric that I'd have to remake this for the challenge, but I know that I'd have to resize the pattern. I mean, the collar, like, for a first time shirt, I did pretty well. Like, yeah. So my buttonholes would definitely be better because my machine wasn't great at those, and my new machine is so good. So those would definitely be better. And I would love to remake this at some point. This month, it's just not going to happen. Digging it out, having the brain power, having the space. I think the problem with having a sewing room that is, I'll put in a picture of what's on the other side of this room. It's my original sewing table covered in tools. So I don't have the chance to go back, draft it properly into my current size and make it. I really want to, because it would definitely be something I would wear on a more regular basis than a shift dress, because I love shirts. So another shirt that I made, I think this came up as 2013. Again, I found some pictures of when I first made it. This was from a Pinterest picture that just had a strip of fabric, you cut a hole in the middle, you cut the outline shape, and you just sew the side seams and you're done. And hem. And I've worn it on multiple holidays. This came to Australia because it's just floaty. And I really did think about remaking this. Like, it's very basic. I could tidy this up quite easy because I've literally just folded over. I don't know if you can see. It's, yeah, not been finished properly. Literally folded it over once. But it's been to Italy with me twice, I think. And it's even got, which I think that it's a skill that I didn't have, but I've done it on this, so I must have done. But I did a bias, like a casing for the elastic at the waist. I don't remember doing that. I surprised myself, and it's very interesting how people on Virtual Sewing Room come on. They've been sewing 6 months, a year, 2 years, And they've done such technical stuff where I'm like, I wouldn't dare to have done that so early. I know I did a shirt, but like, love shirts. But you just put your mind to it and you just do it. You follow the pattern and ta-da. So yeah, I've got this casing, so I know that I could find a nice light cotton. Ooh. I might have something that will work. So it's really nice for summer, spring. Chuck a cardi or a jacket over it if it gets cooler. But that was a Pinterest, literally a picture and a couple of measurements. But summer's not coming, and I have lots of boxy t-shirts, so this is come out boxier than I intended. But the one thing I am making this month, which is from a pattern that I have done before, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3, is, and it's on theme for virtual sewing this month, is Made My Wardrobe, which everyone knows I love them, and it's the Hilda bag. So if you buy one of her kits, you can buy it with an optional extra, so that it's got a bike pannier attachment. You don't have to have that. And I'm not doing it for the next one. So I've got my bag here. It's got some stuff in. I should have taken it out. So this is from a kit. I think I went to one of her workshops and I picked out what fabrics I wanted and paid the kit price. So yeah, with this I have found some of my stitching's coming undone. So what I want to do is make another bag. So I've got a usable one, so I can go back and fix this while still having a functioning bag. There's a few things I would change now that I've used it. What I don't like, I do like. So this is the pannier bag attachment, so it just fixes nice and easy onto your bike if you've got a pannier rack. What I loved about this pattern, one, all the pieces are square or rectangular, so easy, and the construction was nice and simple, but it's got this zip pouch on the side, and it's got a nice big pocket at the bottom. So this is all leather that I had in my stash. I don't know where from. Again, just giving it. It's just in the stash. Without question, I've got it. So what I'm intending to do on my next one is, it's a bit smaller, so it's probably to the height. Yeah, probably to the height of where the pannier attachment is. I'm putting a pocket. I thought about putting a pocket both sides, but actually I wanted to keep the base pocket and have one zip pocket. So kind of keeping that. And on the inside, what I do want to do, and I haven't drafted yet, is adding a pocket on the inside. And I've got some webbing. Instead of making the straps from the same fabric and padding them out, I've just got some straps. I'm making adjustable straps as well. I need to pick out some zips actually, but I've got so many in my stash, just again donated. Don't know where they've come from, but I've got them. So I'll find the right sizing for that. And in true Jenny using up scrap style, this is the fabric, which if you follow me over on Instagram, my personal account, you recognise, because I've just made a skirt from this, the Megan Nielsen Kelly skirt. It's a button-up skirt with some nice pockets. You can either have it gathered or have it pleated. And I had a little bit of remnants. I've still got a little bit left, but I've got enough to make a small bag. And I've also, because my husband works for a furniture company, they had a load of leather, and they had this really nice green leather, which I'm going to use down the side and for my pockets. So it goes really nicely. Oh, I love it. How can you not love that matching? So that's what I'm going to be working on. We've got a bag making session coming up on the 27th. So this is going to be my Sophie next. I am taking a bag pattern. I don't often make bag patterns. Actually, there's 2 behind over here, which would be excellent for moving house and putting all my sewing stuff. So my blue one was scissors. The white one, let me show you closer. Oh, yeah, mum. Oh, this was one that I made through the Studio 77 challenge back in May, I want to say, and I made 3 in the end. But these have been excellent for moving house. So my key desk stuff for sewing is in there. So I'm not much of a bag maker, but I love my backpacks. I see lots of different bags out there, like the Bestie bag is very popular, but I'm a backpack girl. I've got wonky shoulders, so I need a backpack, or a bum bag, but I'm all about the backpack. So I've got my pieces cut out. I've got some lining just behind you that I need to do next. I need to pick out some zips, and then I'm going to transform into a mini little backpack. I'm not putting the pannier bag on because it's such a small bag. If I am on my bike, I'm probably not going far if I'm taking a small bag. So yeah, I'm really excited to finish this bag because it's just so cute. So cute. Love this fabric. So this fabric, I can't think what it's called. It's like viney meadow or garden viney. I bought this in October last year, so almost a year ago, and I finally cut into it this month. Yeah, that's what I'm making for So Phoenix. So thank you to the ladies who have run this challenge, because it's really helped me with my reflecting process whilst I've been moving house and thinking about what I do make, what I enjoy making, how far I've come. And I think everyone should be doing that. Is whatever project you're working on now, like, go back to your early projects, your early dress, skirt, shirts, your bags. It's really good to see how far you've come and notice those little niggles, which is fine. Mistakes remind us we're human. And seeing the fact that you can notice those niggles and what you do differently, or perhaps how you might change it in the future, just shows your growth as a sewist and a maker. So round of applause for you for noticing that and growth. So yeah, definitely making my floral skirt, I realised, like, it's so just so well done, because I'm such a bodge job person sometimes. Like, obviously I'm trying to do my best, but when there's a little niggle, when things don't quite line up by a millimetre, so my board, that's out by like a millimetre in terms of the top being level. It's really subtle, but I'm so proud because I put that pegboard up. My husband was briefly around just to be like, oh, no, use the screwdriver. Other than that, I put that up myself. So yeah, be proud of what you make. It's quite the skill and talent, and I hope you enjoy the process. I love creating stuff. So I look forward to seeing what everyone else creates at the end of the month, because they're all fantastic. So yes, look forward. And there is also a prize who, by taking part, you may win our 3-month subscription to Virtual Sewing Room. Do get in contact if you're the winner. I look forward to seeing you on a few sessions. There is a video if you need to know more about what is Virtual Sewing Room. I'll link it below. Very friendly, accommodating space if you want some company from wherever you're sewing or making. So do pop along. You can have a first session free using the code newbie, and come and hang out whilst you sew, whatever you may be sewing, and maybe we can talk about your sewing journey. Yeah, that's it from me. I look forward to seeing your makes, and I'll show you my room on a vlog very, very soon. I'd best get back to painting. Bye!